Hi, Dave Smith for Police One, and this is a very important reality training segment. We're going to go to Greene County, Missouri, where you're going to see the video start with a tense standoff between deputies and a subject who appears to be armed. Well, first let's watch the video in its entirety, right through to the shooting.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! You will get shot! We will shoot you! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put the shirt down and show us your hands now! Stop walking! Nothing is worth it! Put your hands in the air! Get on the ground! What is worth getting shot over, stupid? Put that shirt down! Now! Get your hands up! Nothing's worth it, dude! Nothing is worth it!
You want to charge him?
Not like that over. Get your hands up in the air! Get that jacket off! Nothing's worth it, dude! Nothing is worth it!
He's coming in behind him. Come over to your side.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face! Get out! I don't have anything!
Now let me take you back and put you in context. You notice just before the deputy fired, the other deputy yells, he's got nothing. In other words, he's trying to let him know, but that's 4/10 of a second before the deputy opens fire. Now the issue here is what is the mindset of our officers? Properly, have they been prepared? Because dispatch has sent them on a call where a subject has gone to a retired Springfield officer's home. Now it's not just any retired officer. This guy's also the head of safety and transportation for a university in the area. And he hears a noise outside. He goes outside, and the suspect you see in this video is out there. His hands are covered, and he eventually threatens our retired officer, like, don't make me shoot you. He tells him this. Now, our officer, a reporter, or complainant in this case, actually goes in, calls. Now, he has a gun and a flashlight. He calls the county responds. Now, that's the context of the shooting. This is very important. The public too often doesn't get the context and certainly the necessary mindset that all of us have to stay safe in these situations. Now you see the sergeant and the corporal when they arrive, there is some anxiety. They're trying to get him to surrender. They're trying to tell the subject it's not worth dying for. Now again, he threatens them that he has a firearm, even though they can't see his hands. What he has in fact is a cell phone. But once again, so often, as studies have told us, it's the posturing that causes the shooting. And as this guy does an aggravated movement towards our deputies, they open fire. The subject does die. Now, they do initiate first aid, and that's a very important thing. They actually send for a helicopter, unfortunately, for an air evac, but unfortunately the weather doesn't permit it. Regardless of this, the deputies have done what they've had to do. The suspect, this is obviously a suicide by cop. Now, I don't know if you're ever going to face this, but we're always going to have that mindset, not if, when. When you face a situation, maintain cover. Give your commands over and over and over again, clearly, loudly. But also understand this, is that there are people who are willing to die to make you kill them. They want to die, in fact, and they're going to make you kill them. They don't have the courage or the whatever it is to commit suicide. And suicide by cop is not a phenomena that's going to go away. Now the problem with this situation here is the media and the public are only going to see the camera footage from a perspective, camera two-dimensional. What's worse is very often they're going to edit it down to just the last moments when you open fire. Now the thing is this, Always, always put things in context. Document your mindset, your perceptions. It doesn't matter what he really had in his hand. What matters is what you believe is in their hand. And this is a guy who's told you he's armed. And frankly, we can't afford to take chances and just give up based on what bad guys tell us, or else there'd be an awful lot of dead officers, deputies, and agents all over this country. Your training tells you it's what you see, what you hear, what you know, that you are going to act and react constantly. It's a cycle, a continuing cycle. A lot of people like to talk about the OODA loop. Well, the OODA loop is just that. It's a continuing cycle of processing, perception, and making decisions, or recognitions, as we like to say. You recognize the threat, you're going to respond. But one thing this video makes very clear: maintain cover, verbalize, 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 and once you win the armed confrontation, let's start first aid and let's get paramedics on the scene. But here again, a situation that's been, this one off in the media, when you saw it on the news, if you remember this, it was only the last second, and it was almost implied that something had gone wrong for the law enforcement officers. Nothing had gone wrong. Unfortunately, the bad guy's plan had gone exactly as he planned it. And we can't change that. All we can do is protect the public and protect ourselves. So stay safe. Talk about this amongst yourselves, and then you plan how you would handle this call.